So will you ever be enough? Well, this is a trick question because you already are enough. Now, my name is Marcus. This is Discover Ignite, where we discover possibilities and ignite change. And here I like to help you guys with tools, techniques, advice, just anything in general that can help you guys improve your lives to be a better version of yourself. And if this is something you're interested in, remember to subscribe and hit that like button on the way out if you do enjoy this video. Now, getting into this whole topic, about if you are good enough. And I've already simply told you, you are good enough. The key is you have to realize that you are good enough. Now, for whatever reason, you've come into the situation to where you feel that you're not good enough. And maybe it's been dwelling on your mind for a long period of time. And so much so to where you feel like you're just stuck. You're never going to get better. You're never going to improve your life. You're never going to see those things that you wanted in your life. And this is something that can lead you down a really bad spiral. And so today, we're trying to fix that. We're trying to get you out of the rut that you're in by providing you some guidance and some ideas that can help get you along your way. Now, you know, the biggest thing is to stop with the negative talk. That's the first thing you got to stop. As soon as you feel like you're telling yourself, asking yourself this question, will I ever be good enough? And the thing you should come right back with is, yeah, I'm good enough right now. Why am I going to be any different now than I am in the future? When you start accepting the fact now that you are good enough, you start believing in it. That's ultimately what it is your mind will play tricks on you. Your mind will tell you why you can't do it. Your mind will tell you that anytime you try to go outside of this person that you are, that you've kind of put yourself in this corner to be, that you're an imposter, that you can't be this person. This is not you. This is outside of yourself. You don't feel like it's yourself. Well, I'm telling you that all those are just lies, that you need to stop it. You need to realize you need to get the pressure off your shoulders, get the pressure off your chest, and take a breath and realize that you are enough. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You have the tools now present with you to do whatever it is you want to do. The question is you need to change those thoughts and those ideas, those negative thoughts and ideas that are essentially crippling you right now, so stopping you from doing anything else you want in life. Maybe you've had a few setbacks, right? We've all had a few setbacks in life. Maybe something random event has happened in your life that has really kind of set you back and really making you rethink about if you'll ever get ahead. Well, the truth is, if you don't stand back up, you'll never get ahead. And so you have to start talking yourself in a more positive light. And this is where it will help you if you are constantly every day introducing new thoughts, new ideas, perhaps, picking up a hobby, picking up some kind of hobby that will allow you to be positive, to have a positive outlet in life. Maybe you'll start picking up working out, or maybe you pick up, reading or writing or something that can improve you, that can help change your focus. Because a lot of times what we end up doing is we find ourselves watching TV or doing something that doesn't require us to think a lot and causes us to drift off into this dreamland, right? And start daydreaming about perhaps all the bad things that we've done, and festering up a lot of that negative energy that keeps bringing us back to this question. And we need to put that in check. We need to get out, we need to go about, maybe we need to get out and take a walk a little bit more often, right? You notice that if you start incorporating one little change, make one little change and promise to yourself right now, this is the change I'm going to make. I'm going to incorporate this change in my life. Perhaps it is walking. So every day I'm going to walk for 20 minutes. And that will just get me out, get some fresh air, get me moving, get my blood pumping, just slowly incorporate that. And then all of a sudden you'll start noticing that you'll start feeling better. Be willing to do more because you aren't afraid, right? Because you are taking steps, right? And as small of a step as that sound, just by going out and walking around, it can make a huge difference. Maybe you just feel like your creativity has just been stuck, right? And you have no idea what you're gonna do. You just feel like you're stuck. And so just by going out, walking around, it can stir up, right? Get that flow going and allow you to start thinking about things and start perhaps reading some new stuff that's outside of whatever it is that you're interested in, right? Maybe you'll pick up a new perspective that can actually shine some new light on your perspective. This is one thing that I have found that has really helped me by chasing that curiosity, right? And no matter how random it seems, maybe you should just go down there, and then you realize you pick up new perspectives that really change your outlook on not only whatever situation that you're in, but just life in general. It opens up so much more possibilities to feel like you'll never get ahead, and then you won't feel like you're so painted into a corner to where the fact that you feel like you can't get out, right? You feel like you can't escape. And so you go on this repetitive process and you don't really go outside of your realm, because you feel like every time you've done that, you've been, perhaps you think you fail, so you think you're a failure, and there's a bunch of different vicious cycles you can get in through doing this. But if you're out there trying to make some progress and reading a little bit, or just perhaps watching some, educational YouTube videos, or listening to a podcast, or listening to an audio book or something like that, that can change your mind, change your perspective a little bit, right? That's ultimately what you want to do, just incorporate a little bit of some of that. And even through walking, you can do that, right? Just getting some fresh air, changing the routine will get you out of this nasty thought process to where, man, you know what? I'm actually feeling pretty good today. Maybe I'll actually go try something else. And then once you break that routine, you realize, man, I'm starting to make progress here a little bit. And then when you start getting that progress, you start getting excited because you're seeing the progress right before your eyes. And when you start getting in that cycle, once you start getting that momentum, then you start really building. Then you start making some big moves. Then you realize that, what was I doing? Why did I think I could never get out of there? I'm so much further ahead today than I was back then. And then you start enjoying this, right? And getting ahead and challenging yourself and doing all these other different things, because you found that energy that was always inside you, just waiting for you to come and just set it free, right? And get out of your head. Stop thinking about everything so logically and just start following your heart. And you realize that the more you do this, life gets better. You're not such a negative person because you don't hold everything as being so serious, right? You're not the serious kind of person anymore. Yeah, there are serious moments and stuff, but you're not the kind of person that's gonna hold grudges. You're not the kind of person that's gonna say, oh, I failed and I'm such a horrible person for failing. And you are the kind of person that, sees opportunity. I failed, but you know what? I learned a lot, right? And, maybe that relationship didn't work. That's fine. I'll do better in the next one. I've learned this and this, and you just starting this cycle, and you start the positivity. And a lot of times it can be really hard, especially coming from some places, right? Because when you're coming from a place when you're asking yourself this question, you are starting from a lot of negativity. So it's going to take some time to get out of that, because it's taking you a lot of time to actually get into that state. And so you're going to have to do your due diligence and make sure you're doing some kind of positive thing every day. Just start with some positive affirmations about some good things about yourself. And if you can't think of anything, start making something up, right? And then soon enough, you'll believe it. And you'll start actually doing it, right? Maybe you say, well, every day you wake up and positive affirmation, I'm a happy person. I'm an ecstatic person. I'm a motivated person. And then just tell yourself that every day. And, initially it may not seem like it's really working, but give it some time. You give it a little bit of time, then you start actually feeling happy. You start feeling better. And then you start improving your life, and you start getting out of this whole question about, will you ever be good enough, because you realize that you are good enough. So it's ultimately just changing your mindset and realizing that you have enough now, that you can be happy now, that all these things that you think are gonna come in the future, it all starts with now, and you can have all these things now. So just remember that. My homework to you is for you guys to go out there and challenge yourself to do this, to just start thinking positive about yourself, and then you'll get yourself out of these ruts and you'll push yourself forward. and realize that life isn't so bleak, that there's more out there, that there's more opportunities, and a lot of times we're just limited by our knowledge. But when you're seeking knowledge, you'll find the perspectives, and you'll find all these other different opportunities out there that will start to make you think completely different. Then you start getting excited about life, and that's when it becomes fun. So remember, if you do enjoy this video, to like this button on the way out. Till next time, I will see you guys later.